Hello everyone and welcome to this week's short video tutorial on basic mid-game tactics. Now this would be the third example on pins by the cannon. It will be the third example of section 1 of chapter 5 of the free ebook that is available on the World Xiangqi Federation website. The URL is given below, and without further ado, let us begin this board. As can be seen, in this situation, red would have one cannon, one chariot, one pawn, one advisor, one elephant. Black would have similar material with the addition of a advisor, and his pawn had already crossed the river. Black would have the advantage at this point in time. So how can red make use of the pin by the cannon to even the odds? The first move will be c6 equals to 9. Now, this move is very important because now red will be threatening to go for a check and also to retreat to his own cannon rank if need be for a pin. So there were three variations that were discussed. The first would be p3 equals to 4, the second would be p5 equals to 6, and the third would be c5 equals to 2. Now let us examine the second variation first. With k5 equals to 6, black would try to move the king to safety. However, red would immediately immediately retreat his cannon to threaten the chariot and thus protect his cannon in the process, forcing the pawn to advance. And once the pawn advanced, red will deliver a check and the pawn is captured. Once the pawn is captured, it will basically be a drawy situation and red would have saved himself. In the third variation, black would try to block this check with this move. Unfortunately, this would be another blunder. Red will go for the check. The king cannot advance, or there will be a check. There will be a check, forcing the king here, and black would lose the cannon. So that is why black must retreat his cannon, but in the process of doing so, red would simply advance his cannon forward. Now this would place black in a predicament, because now the chariot would be threatening to capture the cannon immediately. If the cannon moved, for example, red would use a discovered check to capture the chariot and eliminate the pawn in the process. So either way, black would be in deep trouble and red would suddenly find himself in having an advantageous situation. So that is why c5 equals to 2 is not a viable option either. In the first variation, p3 plus 4, black would try to move his pawn to safety. The advisor cannot capture the pawn, or there will be a check by the black cannon. So the threat, black will still have a threat of an iron ball check, of a checkmate if he captured the elephant and went for 9 plus 2. So how should red deal with this situation? A check, forcing the advisor upwards. If black moved the king, it will be an immediate checkmate. So once this is done, the conditions will be ripe for a discovered check or discovered attacks. Check, and red would maneuver his chariot back to the same rank as the black chariot and pawn, and red would now retreat his cannon, so this would be a cannon pin. If black captured the chariot, red would capture the black chariot in revenge, and this would be a trade of chariots, and red would have saved himself from any eventual loss. It will become a draw situation. Now if black moved his, let's say, what would happen if black tried to capture the elephant, attempting to go for a checkmate, because now the red chariot cannot capture the pawn, but red could now deliver a check and gain a winning position. So in this situation, it will basically be a drawy situation. Perhaps the best move would be for black to trade his pawn for the advisor in this situation, but either way, this would be a draw and red would have saved his king. So in this short example, the power of the cannon pin is demonstrated nicely. I hope you've enjoyed the work that I've been doing. If you like the video series, please give me a like please give me a like and subscribe. Thank you.